Hi guys, today I'd like to share some of my painting tips and tricks. Okay, so the first up, let's talk about surface. So when I started using oil paints, I started using this brand, the Strathmore oil painting paper. I finished a whole pad, and it is okay. It's pretty decent. It's good. It's at an affordable price. And you could pick it up in any craft store, on Amazon, online, anywhere. It comes 10 sheets and you could cut it any shape you like, and it's a good way to start using oil paints. And then I switched over to the Arches oil paint paper. You get 12 sheets. It's a little more pricey, but I find the surface is much more better to use. It goes onto the paint really smooth and it blends really nice. You don't need to prime the paper or anything. You just go and just use it. And yes, you could cut it also. Then when I started getting better and I had a little more confidence, I started using these wood masonite congregated boards. You could buy this in any hardware. All you need is a cutting tool to cut it to your size. This is a 5x7, and you would need to prime the surface of the board. So you buy gesso. I've seen people make their own gesso, and I started using, you could brush the gesso on with a smooth brush, like a makeup brush like this. Or I started using this brush to brush the gesso on. Make sure the brush is smooth and the bristles are soft, so that you wouldn't get any harsh brush strokes when you're gessoing with the brush. You could also mimic the canvas material by brushing it this way and then doing it this way. But you will get brush strokes no matter how smooth the brush is. But it is a nice way to lend texture to your painting. If you like a lot of heavy textures in your painting, it's a good way. Then I switched over to rolling using a roller. Just buy the rolling stick to put into the roller, and you could just roll the gesso on. When you roll the gesso on, it comes on really smooth and there's no brush strokes. So you're working with a really smooth surface. And this is so far the board. I love the board. You can draw on it. I was doing this one and I stopped, but you could pencil draw on the board easily, and then you could start painting on it. And this is a 9x12 painting that I'm going to do soon, and I'm going to gesso it one more time. I do about 3 layers of gesso before I start working on my painting project. Now let's talk some brushes. So with oil paints, you need lots of brushes. These are some of my brushes that I have here. I have even more in another compartment. And the thing with oil paints, when you use your brush, you have to wipe the brush out, or you could dip it in some paint thinner to clean it out. And because you don't want to muddy up your surface when you're working with oil paint. So you always have to use a different brush. So if you're gonna use white paint, you use a clean brush. And you stick with the brush that you use in white with, and you always have a handy cloth to wipe the brush out so that you could dip it and it wouldn't muddy up the surface. Palette knife I also use. This is my only palette knife so far. I got this in Michael's and it's been working really good. I like the thin palette knife. And I think it was $4. I'm not biased with brushes. I buy brushes in any store. I use any brand name brushes, it doesn't matter. These are calligraphy brushes that I use in my oil painting too. These are really great for fine detail, for highlights, and for really detailed work. If you wanna, if you're into details in oil painting, these are the brushes you would want to use, because the calligraphy brushes have a way of keeping the point. It doesn't change its shape for a long time. It stays pointy like this, and that's what you need when you want to do fine oil paints. So you're drawing with the brush. And the other thing I use is makeup brushes. Yes, I use makeup brushes to blend and smooth my paintings out. And this is my new makeup brush I use. So if I have to do a big sky and I have to blend the clouds, I would use the makeup brush to blend the clouds in, and it provides a really beautiful, soft, smooth texture for clouds especially. And this also too, this is a tiny makeup brush that I have that I use also for blending. Great for blending. And then I go crazy. I buy all the brushes I can. I love these type of brushes too, with the angle tip. It's really great for waves. It's great for waves and rocks because of the pointy edge. And yeah, so go crazy with brushes. Buy all the brushes you can buy. This one is a bowhead bristle because it's really good for when you're doing trees. It's good to do this kind of motion for trees and shrubs, or you could flick it like this for like water sparkle or sprinkles. These type of brushes is really, really nice for texture. So yeah, go crazy with your brushes. Any brushes, every brush. And now let's talk about paints. Right now I'm using Winsor & Newton paint and Marie's paint. When it comes to oil painting and oil paints, I try to get the most decent type of oil paints, which is Winsor & Newton. I don't go for the archival brand. I just pick up ones that is good quality, and it's a good quality. It has good oils in it, and it's not drippy. It's nice and buttery, and it's thick. And this is the kind of oil paint you want to get. Not too cheap, and it don't have to be archival. It just has to be good quality. And so far these two brands I've been working really good with it. I got something from the hardware store. This is odorless mineral spirits, and this you could just add some in a little mason jar like this and keep it so to clean your brushes. And you'll find this in any hardware store. I'll take my paint thinner, and I like to use refined linseed oil. I mix these two together, 1 part linseed oil to 3 parts paint thinner, and I would put them in a little dish like this, like so, and I would use this and I would mix this with my paints, so my paints become more manageable, especially the first layer of your painting. It's good to use a little bit of medium and then build it up as you go, the paints. You could also use liquid if you want your paintings. They say fine detail, but it's really mostly for drying your paints faster. It dries the painting really fast. And I think that's it. That's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.